Welcome to the Ghostly Chronicles. The Marked Door. In the small town of Ravenscroft, there was an old decrepit house at the end of Ashwood Street. The house had been abandoned for decades, but the townsfolk spoke of a strange door in the basement, one that was marked with a blood-red symbol. It was said that anyone who opened the door would never be seen again. Most people avoided the place, but one stormy night, 4 friends, Anna, Jake, Emily, and Tom, decided to uncover the truth. They arrived at the house just as the wind began to howl, the trees outside swaying like they were trying to warn them away. The front door creaked open easily, and they stepped inside, the air thick with dust and the scent of decay. The old wooden floors groaned under their weight as they made their way through the dark, empty rooms. Down in the basement, they found the door. It was old and weathered, its surface covered in deep scratches, but the most unsettling thing was the symbol, a twisted, red mark that seemed to pulse with a life of its own. "This must be it," Jake whispered, his voice barely audible over the pounding rain outside. Emily, the bravest of the group, stepped forward and placed her hand on the door. "Let's see what's behind it," she said, trying to mask her fear. With a deep breath, she turned the rusty doorknob. The door creaked open, revealing a pitch-black room. They shined their flashlights inside, but the light seemed to be swallowed by the darkness. Suddenly, a cold gust of wind blew out their lights, plunging them into total darkness. Panicked, Anna fumbled for her phone to turn on the flashlight, but before she could, a low, guttural whisper echoed from the room, saying their names one by one. The whisper grew louder, more insistent, until it became a deafening roar, filling their minds with a sense of overwhelming dread. Jake tried to slam the door shut, but something was holding it open from the other side. A shadowy figure began to emerge, its form twisted and unnatural with glowing red eyes that bore into their souls. It reached out with long, bony fingers, pulling itself closer to the threshold. Tom screamed and yanked the door closed, his strength fueled by sheer terror. The moment the door slammed shut, the house fell silent and their flashlights flickered back on. They bolted up the stairs and out of the house, not daring to look back. When they reached the safety of the street, they were breathless and shaken, but relieved to be alive. However, as they stood there catching their breath, they noticed something horrifying. Each of them now had the same red symbol etched into their skin, like a brand glowing faintly in the darkness. From that night on, strange things began to happen to them. They heard whispers in the shadows, saw fleeting figures out of the corner of their eyes, and dreamt of the marked door. No matter what they did, they could never escape its pull. One by one, they started to disappear. First Jake, then Emily, then Tom. They were simply there one moment and gone the next, leaving nothing behind but the faint smell of decay. Anna was the last. She knew it was only a matter of time before the door came for her too, and when it did, no one would hear her scream. The house on Ashwood Street would claim another soul, and the marked door would remain, waiting for the next group of curious souls to open it. Please like, share, and subscribe.